My name is Rida, and today I want to discuss something about Cisco DNA. And even before getting into the demo, like I would like to say is what is Cisco DNA and why is that required? So DNA Center is a one stop for all solutions, in short to say. So it's one of the management portals provided by Cisco, where we will be able to manage, identify security threats and mitigate those, and identify, anomaly patterns using AI, and along with that, like we will be able to find out the health status of the Cisco switches, routers, and wireless access and everything. So who uses DNA center in general is the one who has a very complex network, basically who has a variety of switches and multiple offices, or otherwise a very complex network with multiple endpoints. So everyone can use a DNA center, and it's a little bit costly a solution as such. And if we need to purchase, then we can just contact Cisco tag for that. So now today, how do we get into the demo of it is by using DCloud, what Cisco provides. So this is a freeware tool what can be used by individuals to understand as how would DNA generally behaves, right? So let us see. To get into this, one of the major rules is that we have to have this cache cleared, and it has to be Chrome incognito mode. So today I'm using a Chrome incognito mode to use this. And if you can see that I'm in this Cisco DNA Automation and Assurance Center. So if I just need to log in to one of the portals, I'll just have to click view. So the moment I click view here, I get so the username and the password has to be provided, and the password of this is demo1234 hash, and those details are given here in this center. If we read any of this pages here, so it's given as how do we log into one of the demo systems. So here, if you see this is the password and the username and the password, and you can actually get it through these materials documentations here. So now getting into Cisco DNA Center. So this is how it looks, and if there are health checks and everything. So if we can see that there are 83% of network devices are healthy, is what it says, and 90%. So this is a overall on top level view of it. And if we need to get in details of it, like we can get in depth of this by clicking that, and it shows that network devices, and you can see that this demo consists of routers, um, core switches, distribution access switches, wireless controllers, and access points. So it says that there are 42 devices, out of which 36 is working fine, and 7 out of 9 works fine in wireless controller, 32 for 7. So we just need to understand is what is causing problem and what is an issue. So then we can just click a router, for example. So in router, it says that there are 13 devices, and there is one which is in a critical stage. So we just need to understand as why it is critical, and we can just click this and we can deep dive further into this. And once we check this device, you can see that it also tells us as what is a device type, and what is a device model it uses, and what is the operating system, and with the versioning of that OS version. So now we need to understand, dive deeper as what the issue is. Then we can also click further here. So it gives you the IP addresses here, and the OS version and the model, and also the location where it resides, right? So now getting into WAN Edge 1, it starts telling us as what the problem is and since when the problem has occurred. So then it says that there have been 3P1 has arisen for this network. So now we just need to understand is what has to happen. So there is one advantage of DNA Center, that it will also give us a mitigation plan. So it also suggests that as what could be done here. So if you see this problem details, we can get into suggested actions also, and verify whether the ISE server is up. So we can check it, and if it is up, then we can move on to the second step, that is verify the route to the ISE server. Means, is the route been configured properly? So then we can just click run directly, and then what it does is like it checks the IP route for this 172.29.58.91, and also it checks the CEF route. So now getting into the IGP adjacencies. So as we know that router consists of link state and distance vector. So there are many types of protocols which is present in routing, the way it does it. For example, RIP uses every router, means which is connected in the network, will broadcast the message amongst themselves, in a certain period of time, like say 30 seconds or 2 minutes or 1 minute or whatever. So what happens is like everyone gets their route tables updated there, and there are a link state, for example, which says that where there is it knows only the neighboring routers. It will just pass on the information only to the neighboring routers, so those are called as adjacent routers. And it now tells that, if this is working fine, if the router is on, and if the router routing is fine, then we have to check if the adjacencies has any issues. So then it actually starts checking the adjacent operating systems, and it actually checks with OSPF, open short path first. And once it is done, then it tells us as how many is account numbers and everything. So then even further, even if it is working properly and still we are not able to troubleshoot it, then it also gives us a suggestion that we can actually contact Cisco TAC, and then we can just raise a support case for that, and they will be able to help us. So my point of explaining it is that every small details, means every up level details, can actually be further drilled down and be moved into every part of it. So for example, if there is an access point, let's say in access point it says that four devices with low key performance indicators, means we have set a KPI, and beyond that KPI, if it doesn't work, then actually it says that it is fair, and four devices are critical. It means that maybe the signal strength is not proper at all. So what do we do for this? Then we can actually get into it and then find out. Where is it? We can find out as what all the options which can be present and which is working and all. It also tells us the type of it, and it gives a device model, and it also gives us a location. Where does this access point reside? Basically in North America, in US, say California, San Jose, and it is in some other location. And this AP access point, if we just click that, and it tells us what is it affected, what could be the problem. It suggests that, not necessarily that all suggestions what it gives might be true, because we have to have our own experience also to find that out. So now if we find this, it also tells that this has been disconnected from WLC, wireless controller. So this access point has been disconnected from wireless controller, is a problem. In a floor map, if you see this, it tells that it is not able to generate, is it? Hmm. No, it is not giving us a floor map here for its demo purpose. Impacted host, it says that it's a MAC address and it's an access point. And what are the suggested actions? So we can do this, right? So we can have all these pointers to be checked. So neighbors, first of all, check if neighbors are connected and how the signal strength of the neighbors are, right? So it gives the details of the adjacent access points there. And once it has been found out, then it also finds the details on the switch, means if that is connected to the switch, because access points ultimately gets connected to the switch, right? So then check Now, the point is to check the condition of a copper cable by using time domain reflector. So, we can check the cable connection if that works fine. And then, once it is done, see, it says that pair B is not completed and remote pair. So, it means that it is not being connected and there are some issues which is present here. So, then what it says is like, we can just try connecting with trace rt, trace route, and all those stuff. So the other devices, other tools what I can use for access point check is like, by pinging the status of the access point and to see if this is working. So success rate is 100%, means it is pinging, it is available. Then finding a trace route, if it is able to give the hop and get into the router directly, so it is able to do that. And then if we need to reboot AP for that matter, so we can just click it remotely from here and we will be able to do that. So the point is like DNA Center is a very useful tool for networking and analysis. And like there are many services. This is one of the services what is used in DNA. And I'm going to explore much more about this. And if you have any questions, do let me know. Thank you.